everyone, as I now have a copy of Lost Ocean and I have these fantastic Castle Arts Seascape pencils, I thought it might be fun to have a go at starting this picture from Lost Ocean. Now this is quite a lot of fine detail in this picture, so I thought it might be fun to show you how I would do it. I'm not going to do the whole page, it's a whole double page ribbon spread. I'm just going to start this little bit here by the lighthouse and we'll see how we get on. So the first thing I am going to do is there's a lot of water in this top bit here, so I'm going to approach the water. Now I'm looking at my pencils. I have this colour, which is the phthalo green, which I think is quite good for water. But we also have some blues. We have a Cerulean blue light. Oops, no, sorry, Cerulean blue middle and ultramarine light, getting muddled there. And we have another green in the mint green. And we also have a Terre Verde and Veridian. So we have quite a mix of greens and blues to make our water. We also have some rocks here around the base of the lighthouse. I think I'm going to start with the water, that's what I'm all keyed up to do. So I want to make a sort of greeny bluey mix of colour, I think. So I'm going to start with the Terre Verde green. I don't know how easy that is to see. And do the bottoms of these little waveforms here. Now the top bits I'm actually going to leave white as if they're a bit of sea foam. I'm just going to do this gently, so I'm going to start with a heavier layer along the bottom and just lighter towards the top. I haven't gone all the way to the top. I'm going to do the same with each of these and you'll see my plan as it all unfolds. As I say, I'm not going to get through very much of this, but I thought it would be fun just to start showing you a little bit. And then maybe I'll do some more, or maybe I'll leave you to do the rest. But it's, you know, let me know if you like it and you want me to do more, then say. If you'd rather have a go on your own, then let me know as well. So I never know whether me just getting you going is enough or whether you want a little bit more instruction, because I would obviously finish this page and I could post it and you could just copy the rest, or you might just want help with all of it. Okay, so those are the only ones I'm doing in the green. Now because we've got rocks here, they're going to be grey, so it's all going to be a bit similar. So I'm going to go over with the cerulean blue middle over the top of these, and I'm hoping that the greens will mix in with this blue. I'm only going to do it lightly over the green because I want it to be dark. I just want it to sort of darken the areas a little bit, but we don't want it to be all dull. So this will give it a nice bright sort of top area. And we just keep adding it until it looks right. I just want that vibrancy at the top of the water. You may think, no, I don't like that, I want it to be green. It's always hard to know with sea whether to do it blue or green. Obviously it changes depending on, you know, blue is a bit murky, it's a bit more swamp and tropical like. Blue is more Mediterranean and sort of bright and what we might associate with sunny weather. So it all changes really depending on what you want. But I think the mixture is quite an interesting effect. Okay, now this wave here I'm going to keep white, so I've got these little circles. Now I don't want them to be white as well, or else it'll be too much white. I could make that actually not white. I think I'll do that. I'll take the ultramarine light and use it on that one. I'm just going to sharpen it because obviously we need it to be quite sharp to fit in this space. So I'm going to just go along here with this. fading it a bit towards the centre. And I'm going to make it darker on this end. The thing with doing white is it's okay if you've got other colours around it, but if we leave too much white and we're not doing a background, it just disappears. Looks like we haven't coloured it. So it's a little tricky to decide quite what colours to do and where. What I'm going to do is, because I've done this one, this colour, I'm going to do that all the way through. Excuse me. So I'm going to do that under here. And using the same effect, fading it a little bit towards the middle. And on these pieces too, so that starts there. Now this continues through the whole picture, right across to the other side of the page. So I'll have to try and remember what I've been doing, make sure I make it consistent, or rewatch this video. I do sometimes rewatch my videos to remember what it's doing with the picture. I always watch them with the sound off though. I don't like listening to myself very much. It's quite strange. I'm getting used to it. I've just realised I haven't got a piece of paper behind this page. I hope it's not going to transfer too much colour across. I think we'll do this long one. How can you see that? Yeah. As well. Now above this one we've got these little shapes, pieces. I've got to decide what to do with those. Let's go around here. And here, and we've got some shaped pieces on here as well. I think we might use the lighter blue for those. Just take that across there. I might just make this bit a little bit darker. There we go. Okay, I'm just trying to keep apart the colours that I've used because I pulled them all out. Didn't really think about what I was doing. Right, so let's think. I think we need to pull some greens in actually, because we've done some green here and then we haven't got any more. So I'm going to use the phthalo green to do these circles, and how I'm going to do them, I'll show you on a larger one, is I'm going to make them dark around the outside, put quite a lot of layers around there, and then slowly fade, reduce my pressure and fade it towards the middle. I'll show you again. So a nice dark heavy stroke around the edge and then less towards the middle. Try and do the same on all of them. It's a little tricky with the smaller ones to fade it very much, for it to have much impact, but keep trying the way along. Someone's got the radio on outside, I can hear. Probably doing some gardening. I did a tiny bit in my garden the other day. It's a little yard really, it hasn't got any grass or soil, it's just got a few pots. Right, now I'm going to do these rocks just because I need to think about how that's going to work. Just looking at the colours I've got a burnt umber which is quite dark, which I'm going to do a little bit of. And I'm going to do the bottoms of the rocks in the darker colour and then fade that up towards the tips. Sorry, I'm concentrating, not talking. I hope you're all okay. It's very one-sided when I make a video. This new camera of mine does allow me to do lives. I haven't played with that yet or thought about the possibility really. I'm going to use the Davys Gray to just finish off the tops of these rocks. I think I need to get a lot more practiced in using the camera. Even when I am recording this, I'm not entirely confident that it's actually working properly, because I fiddled with a few of the settings, and so it's still not quite there. But once I get more confident with it, that might be something that I'll consider. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there for now with regards to the sea. I think we used the phthalo blue. I'm just going to put a few of my greens away so I don't get confused with what I've used and what I haven't used. I'm going to have a go at the Lighthouse. Now fortunately in this set, even though it's a sea set, we do have a Venetian Red, which is lovely because I'd like to do some stripes on our Lighthouse in red. I do like a red and white striped Lighthouse. So with the stripes, we're doing them harder on the edge with more layers and lighter towards the centre. And that will help us to get the impression that the lighthouse is rounded and that it's catching more light on the front. You can add as many layers to that edge as you feel is necessary until it gives you the right colour that you're looking for and the impact. You won't get the full impact until you fill in the gaps. So what we need is a grey. Excuse me. I'm going to use the Paynes Gray that we have with this set. It's a more of a purpley grey, which is good. The Davys Gray, which we use for the rocks, is browner. I don't want loads, but I'm going to just fade it, and it just gives the impression that the white is shadowed in certain areas. I'm going to do some on the top and around. I'm going to put a harder layer around there and fade that one towards the middle, the same as this one. And then we've got this bit. I don't know what colour to do the door. Would the lighthouse have a red door? I think this one will. I think I'll just tie it back in with the other red. So we do a red door. This is the Venetian Red, the same red. And then we need to do these light areas. I do have, I think I use this, we've got a Naples Yellow. I think we'll use that. We'll do these windows. The lights are all on in the lighthouse. They're quite small. I hope it's showing up. And then this is a sort of lampy bit. I could just do yellow here. I haven't decided what I might do background wise yet, so I'm just going to leave that and just do that as it is and leave that there. Now these little round dots on here, I've been thinking about these. I'm going to use my mint green and I'm going to make them solid because they're so small. I can't do what I did with this one and gradually make them white in the middle. I'm just going to do them solid. And hopefully it will look watery. Now I'm going to continue with this colour a little bit down here on these. But rather than making these solid in the same way, I'm going to make them a bit darker at the bottom and lighter to the tip. Like that. And then we have got, let me look at the time. Oh, we're okay. We've got this bit under here. Let's think. These bits actually need to be the same as those. So I'm going to do that first. So we used this Terre Verde, didn't we, at the bottom? So if we do that with these, and then that will help us to to work out what colour to do the rest. Now I've got this pencil fairly sharp. I'm not too worried about it going out of the lines though. I know that these are narrow and I'm just doing the best I can. And we used the cerulean blue middle, the top part. We went over the whole thing in a light layer and up to the top. Sorry if this is a bit dull because it's the same bit over again, but if you're colouring along you'll need to do it anyway. You can do it with me if you want to. So it's I've been very lucky. I've been gifted quite a few nice things, so I have been enjoying using new resources, which is lovely fun. I've also bought myself a few things as well, like a new camera and things like that, so that's really good. Okay, now I am wondering, we did these blue in this Ultramarine Light. I'm wondering whether we should do these in it as well, and I think we should. What I'm going to do is make it darker on the edges and lighter towards the top. It's going to be catching the light on the top of that wave. Gosh, the birds are making a funny noise now. There's a lot of babies. We keep getting the baby pigeons in our garden. They're nesting in the tree on the house over the back, which is quite cute. And we'll do these as well, just so we can really get the idea of what's going to work. Taking a bit of concentration because it's quite small. I've just gone in completely the wrong place. Never mind. I can hear a car outside just sitting with its engine running. I don't know what it's doing. One of our neighbours gets deliveries every day. She has some letters and things. So it could be that. Now I noticed that I've missed the top of this with the cerulean blue, so I'm just going to fill that in. Now down here, our sea at the moment looks quite dirty, I think. Sort of dirty greeny colour. So we've got a few brighter areas. I'm just brightening this up a bit. So that's going to be the mint green. Yeah, let's go for a darker green. We've got the Veridian. We'll grab our Veridian and we'll do these. We'll do the insides of these. And what I'm going to try and do is make them darker at the bottom and lighter towards the top of the loop. I don't really know what they are. They're just sort of representative of the sea, aren't they? So we're just going to do them all in the same way. Just checking the time because my children are at college but they're not due home yet. I've got to, they're finished a lot later than when they're at school, which they're a bit shocked about, but I think as long as they get all their work done while they're there, they can come home and chill for the evening, so get some free time each day. So I think they'll be able to, I'm going to fill that one in, they'll be able to hopefully come home and not have any homework as such, but we'll see how it all works. They might want to be chatting with their friends and things instead, so it's obviously important too. So, let's see. Now, we've got a background on here, and I'm going to fill that in a blue. I'm going to use that Cerulean blue middle for behind these bits. Just so that it's not white, because the middle of these is white, so I want that to stand out. Now if you want more white, you can use a white gel pen afterwards to whiten up different bits. Maybe if your circles haven't got pale enough centres, you can put a dot in, or some other type, or you can do over these dots, which is what I might do. Okay, that's that. I'm going to use this to do these. So I'm going to try and do them darker at the bottom and lighter at the top, if I can. They're quite small. I'm not going to worry if it doesn't quite go to plan. I'm just doing them all in the same way. Sorry, I'm quiet again, aren't I? I hope you're enjoying. I don't know if you've got these pencils, Castle Arts. I find them very good. I didn't expect them to be as good as they are. I put them on my wish list to have a try, and someone gifted me some, and I was really impressed. Now I've got a few more sets as well. I haven't done that little bit there. I can't remember, I think that was the Veridian. Just fill it in a bit. And I'm just going to do those little dots in the mint colour as we had done them before. And we'd filled those in fully in the mint. You can see what I'm doing. So yes, so I find they blend nicely, but they're vibrant. They're not sticky and smushy, which I'm not too keen on. You can get a nice tone with them. Okay, just looking at that now and thinking, I think that's probably a good place to finish, apart from the fact that I'm going to do a few white bits just to show you how you could apply some white. I'm going to use this pen. I'm not sure if it's going to focus properly on it. And I'm going to do some dots in the areas where Johanna has made little dots. So if it's going to write. This pen is... There we go. I had a problem with this pen yesterday. I'll tell you a story while I'm just following Johanna's dots. So there's nothing really to tell you about what I'm doing, so I'll tell you a story. I found this pen in my pen pot where it lives yesterday. I grabbed it out and I popped it in my mouth, the back of the pen, and unfortunately the lid had not been on it. I don't know why. I put it away with the lid on the wrong end of the pen. It's really weird. It's just so unlike me. I never do that. And so in my mouth was the end of the pen with the paint. Ugh. I'm still here to tell the tale, but I really wouldn't recommend eating the paint. It was not a nice flavour, I have to say. So that was a bit yucky. So I spent next half an hour going, ugh, because I had a very bitter taste. It may have just been my imagination. You know how it is when you do these things. You sort of think, ugh. So anyway, there's an exciting tale to add to your Rachel's completely mad list of things. There we go. So I'm just going to leave that there for now. So we've got our water and our lighthouse. Now that's me for this picture, but if you want to see more, let me know in the comments and I will extend it. I might anyway, but that's all I'm going to do for the moment. So if I do another video on it, there'll be a bit of a gap before I come on to do it. So there we go. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and happy colouring.